I got a link in the
What you'll learn after you finish.
All right, so we're gonna talk about healthcare careers. I will be giving y'all a project soon.
What? We gonna have a project every 9 weeks? Oh.
Well, GPR states, which is the grade promotion and retention, that's some of the stuff we have to go by. You can't give y'all just straight tests. They have to be mixed up with project tests. It can't be straight tests.
Oh.
I don't want nobody on my team. All right, so our objectives are to describe rewards and demands of healthcare careers, identify trends in healthcare careers, distinguish different education levels and types of credentials for healthcare careers, state the value of belonging to professional, civic, and community organizations.
Rewards.
All right, so remember, if I tell you to write it down, and you write All right. Careers in healthcare can provide several kinds of rewards. First of all, workers in this field often get a high level of personal satisfaction from helping people in need. Secondly, healthcare workers are in high demand and the supply is currently lower than desired. As a result, there are a number of jobs available in almost every geographic location. Many jobs offer higher pay in order to attract candidates. Flexible scheduling is often available to workers. Job security is high. All right, so as far as rewards, you need to know flexible scheduling, job security,
This flexible schedule.
Why did you go there when I told you to check in?
Yeah. I can't see. What you want me to do? Come on. Thank you. The train might not be on. I was gonna put my train. That's right. Hey, bro. Yeah. It's just a defect of having a habit. I know it's like a stars thing. But that's not cool. Yeah, it's not man. Yeah, bro, you straight, bro. Like, what you gonna be doing? What wrong with you? Hey. Hey, you can get fucking food. You can fucking feed me, man. Don't give me a squeeze. I got to left, bro. I can't do it. Because I'm a left, bro. Right.
Alright, so rewards. You need to write down flexible scheduling is available. Personal satisfaction. That's up here. Personal satisfaction, flexible scheduling, job security. Sorry. So you got flexible scheduling, you got personal satisfaction, and job security. So in healthcare, flexible scheduling is something that was a perk because I could go on vacation every other week. I wouldn't have to use any time. If you know how to run your days together. So if I did the beginning of 1 week, the end of the next week, that's like 6-7 days off right there. You can go anywhere and do whatever you want to do. That's why it's flexible. Job security, it's always sick people. People smoke, so I'm gonna always have a job in respiratory therapy. Because people smoke, got COPD, smoking leads to COPD, all other type of things. We'll talk about COPD in later.
Always up, bro. Always up. Yeah.
All right, I'm straight. All right, the supply of healthcare workers is currently far greater than the demand for their skills. Of course it is. Supply of healthcare workers is currently far greater than the demand for their skills. Demand is high, especially now. We're in a pandemic. Now we're gonna have COVID plus flu season is upon us, so it's gonna be even more greater. People are quitting. I get emails daily about going on travel assignments, about going places that are in need that can't get people to work, or people are sick, or they're working overtime, triple time. Of course, you get compensated for all these things, but see, that's a stalker right there. You see him?
Oh, nah. Why do you
But yeah, so the demand is going to be high. Which of the following is a reward of being a healthcare worker? So y'all just wrote that down. That'll be a test question.
We gotta write down personal satisfaction too?
Yeah.
No, right now.
See if you stay turned this way.
But you said
And not
right.
talk. I did not tell y'all to write down personal satisfaction?
Yes.
Oh, probably because your mouth was moving.
Entrepreneurs.
I think we had some people in here that said they want to be entrepreneurs. All right, so one trend in healthcare careers is a rise in entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurs see opportunities in the market and take risks to start new businesses. They may work alone or they can work in groups. While they take on the responsibilities of a business owner, they can each also benefit from being their own boss. For example, they can control the kind of work that they do and perhaps even their own schedules. Some examples of entrepreneurs in healthcare careers are physicians, dentists, optometrists who run their own practices, therapists who travel to a client's home to deliver services, a medical billing or insurance specialist who gets information over the internet and then completes the required forms at home. So these are just examples of entrepreneurs that are in the healthcare industry. Um, some of y'all might want to be entrepreneurs, but do something different, like own your own different type of business. My only thing with that is I'm not against entrepreneurs, but I feel like you need to know the business in order to, you know, to understand it, because there's always people there that's gonna try to weasel their way in, take your money, befriend you, act like they got their best interest at heart, and then that you end up broke.
Some snakes.
So at least, like, if you don't go to college for like a business degree, take some classes. They have like little classes you can take, little courses you can take to understand. I know I have a student that graduated in, what year did she graduate? Wasn't pandemic, so 2019. And she's taking business. She goes to A&M, and she wants to own her. She does nails, but she wants to own her own nail studio. So she's getting her degree in business so she can understand, what needs to be done, what to look out for, how to, all this stuff. Because entrepreneurs, a lot of times they can lose out on, money and stuff because they don't understand, or it's a risk that you have to take. You're your own boss. That means you have to pay everything. You have to, get your own insurance. All this stuff is on you. Maybe take out loans and stuff like that, but loans you have to pay back. But that's the only thing about entrepreneurs.
The multi-competent work.
All right, so another trend is a move toward healthcare workers who are multi-competent or multi-skilled. They have people in the hospital that I remember called multi-skilled techs, and they can do a bit of everything. They are able to perform a range of healthcare skills, so they are more likely to be hired by smaller facilities that cannot afford to employ a lot of specialists. For example, a worker who knows how to run two or more related medical tests would have a hiring advantage over a worker who can only carry out one test. Some healthcare education programs have been designed to teach a broad range of skills to individuals from the start. In other cases, workers may be able to gain additional skills through more education or training while on the job. So, for example, here I do the patient care tech class to my seniors. They should be able to, once they complete, they can do EKGs, they can take blood, they can give baths, they can take vital signs. So they can do more than just do vital signs. Um, they can also go to, I know, like, the different hospitals can also put you through a program. They have different, like, little companies around town that they can put them through the program. But the thing about it is, here it's gonna be free through me. They don't have to pay for anything. They don't have to pay for the test. The state pays for them to take the test. Now, if they fail it and they want to retest, then they have to pay. But if they pass it on the first try, then they're good. They don't owe anything. Feel me like this is our house. Okay. Excuse me. What's that? I said my housekeeper one here. Your housekeeper one here. Who your housekeeper? Oh, Mr. Hicks. Oh, I'll let him know that he's. Oh, he know. Okay. All right, so you need to know that a multi-competent worker is someone that has nursing and medical assistant skills. So a multi-competent worker is someone that has nursing and medical assistant skills. That means they can do nursing stuff, huh? It's not on there. I'm just telling you what's on the test. It's not in those words. I'm telling you what's exactly on this paper here. Multi-competent worker is someone that has nursing and medical assistant skills. So that means they have more than one. So they're multi-skilled. So it's nursing and medical assistant skills. So that's what multi-competent or multi-skilled means. That means they can have a range.
Nursing what up?
Nursing and medical assistant. I don't even know what it means. Knock on the door. You let her knock on the door. You let her knock on the door. You let her knock on the door. I thought we were better than this. And you got purple flu out somewhere. Oh, this how they look in the night. I'm thinking you bleeding. Oh, well. Oh, my Lord. All right, so y'all got that. Multi-competent worker is skilled in both nursing and medical assistant. A group of medical testers who own and operate a lab together is an example of what trend in healthcare careers? Entrepreneurship. A worker who has skills as both a dietitian and athletic trainer is an example of what trend in healthcare careers? Multi-competent worker. Right. So that's basically what I just told y'all, but I gave y'all two other examples. Bless you.
Education levels.
All right, we've already gone over this, but we're gonna go over it again. So health science courses taken during high school can prepare a person for entry-level work after graduation or even while still in school, what you're currently taking. An associate's degree involves several months to 2 years of training for a specific career. This degree is usually offered at a community college or a technical or career school. So you can get an associate's degree at like Trenum. Y'all got any? I don't know. Y'all got any other community colleges here? I don't think so. I think that's it. They used to have another one, but I think it's shut down. I think it was called Virginia College. Did y'all have Virginia College here?
Virginia College.
Yeah, Virginia College.
We got Fortis.
Fortis.
Community college.
That's a tech college. So yes, technical. Yeah. So Virginia College. We got one. Opelika is Southern Union. Shelton State is in Tuscaloosa. Jeff State is in.
They just gave you the boot.
Jeff State is in Birmingham. Yeah, it was a big thing with Virginia College a few years ago.
Education levels.
All right, so do you have other higher education degrees are typically offered at a college or university? So you have a bachelor's degree, That's usually 4 or more years of study. I've already written that down. Master's degree, 1 or more years beyond a bachelor's degree. Then you have your doctorate. That's 2 to 6 years beyond a bachelor's or master's degree. To advance in a career, a person may also receive on-the-job training, which is obtained while working. This type of training provides experience as well as education to the worker. I don't know if they're still doing as much on-the-job training. It used to be a really big thing in probably years ago. All right, so just know what on-the-job training is. Obtained while working. That's all you really need to know. Obtained while working is
No, yeah, right.
oh,
No.
it's what? What you in the hallway though?
That's what on-the-job training was.
On-the-job training is obtained while working. So, I'm trying to think of some jobs that do on-the-job. Respiratory used to be on-the-job training. We used to have people called OJTs, which, as you see, OJT, that's what we call them. But they really can't do as much as like me, like I could. They couldn't work in the units. There was something else they couldn't do. Can't remember, but they can only, do it. They're limited to what they can do. A worker must earn a bachelor's degree at a college or university in order to enter the field of healthcare. You can get an associate's degree. All right, so now you got your education levels. Training that usually involves several months to 2 years of study for a specific career, typically offered at a technical college or a career school, associate's degree. Training that usually requires 4 or more years of study at a college or university. Training that usually requires 1 or more years beyond a bachelor's. Training that usually requires 2 to 6 years beyond a bachelor's or master's. And then training obtained while working provides experience as well as education to the worker. On-the-job training, which makes sense.
Organizations.
All right, so professional, civic, and community organizations are other resources that can help people to develop skills needed for a variety of healthcare careers. A professional organization is a group that exists to further a certain career. Their goal is to protect the interests of the public as well as those of the professionals. Civic and community organizations exist to enhance the well-being of all people in an area through volunteer service actions. Taking part in professional organization provides many of the same benefits as being involved in civic and community organizations. So both types provide a place for people who share the same interests to meet and exchange information, allow members to grow in their leadership abilities, citizenship skills, and confidence, strengthens members' thinking skills such as creativity, decision making, and problem solving, support networking opportunities that can lead to job contacts. Professional organizations help you gain knowledge focused to your specific career, while civic and community organizations are broader in scope. They allow you to demonstrate how your career is relevant to the community. You can reach out to improve the world around you and as a result garner more respect for your career. So from this slide, just know that professional organization is a group that exists to further a certain career. Professional organization is a group that exists to further a certain career. Both professional organizations and community organizations support networking opportunities that can lead to job contacts. Did I say something?
All professional organizations.
Which of these types of organizations exist to further a certain career?
Professional organizations.
Professional organizations.
Student organizations.
All right. Student organizations have similar benefits to other professional organizations. They aim to enhance the quality of education with the goal to encourage pride and excellence in work. They often sponsor special competitions with the goal to encourage pride and excellence in work. They often award scholarships to make sure deserving students can get the further training they need. There are two national organizations that exist students studying health careers. You have HOSA, Future Health Professionals, and you have Skills USA. So know that HOSA and Skills USA are student organizations. So HOSA Future Health Professionals is a global student-led organization. The mission is to promote career opportunities in the health industry and to enhance the delivery of quality healthcare to all people. That's what the club that I'm over, HOSA Future Health Professionals. Then Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and industry working together to ensure America has a skilled workforce through educational programs, events, competitions that support career and technical skills. Skills USA's mission is to help its members become world-class workers and responsible American citizens. No, you just need to know that student organizations are HOSA and Skills USA. Those are two different student organizations, HOSA and Skills USA. You don't even have to work Future Health Professionals. Just write HOSA and Skills USA.
You said they good.
Huh?
Yeah, said something. Yeah, you said they were good.
HOSA and Skills USA are student organizations. Anybody still writing? All right, which of these types of organizations sponsor special competitions and award scholarships? Student organizations. Which of these organizations assist students who are studying healthcare careers?
Credentials and accreditation.
Many healthcare careers demand special credentials. Credentials ensure that workers have vital skills that are competent, which helps to protect patients. All types of credentials usually require that the worker graduate from an accredited education program. So credentials mean what they write like behind their name. Like my credentials will be RRT. If you're a registered nurse, your credentials will be RN. Credentials for LPN or licensed practical nurse or a LPN. Doctor, MD. Those are your credentials. So when people sign their name and they put that MD, RN, or RT behind their name, those are their credentials. Accreditation certifies that a program of study meets or exceeds a minimum standard of quality. Two agencies that accredit healthcare education programs are the Commission of Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs and the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education.
Types of credentials.
All right, so there are three types of credentials. You have certification, registration, and licensure. We talked about these a little bit last week. Certification usually is voluntary and managed by the National Professional Organization for the Career. In most cases, the organization issues a certificate to the worker. It states that the worker has fulfilled the education and performance standards and is qualified to do the job. So know that certification is voluntary and managed by a professional organization. So certification is voluntary and managed by a national professional organization. That is certification. All right, then you have registration. The names of people who are qualified to work in a career are kept on an official list. This list is called a registry. It is usually maintained by a professional organization or a state board. If there are no explicit requirements for registration for a career, unregistered workers who are otherwise qualified are still allowed to practice. But if there are explicit requirements, only registered workers are allowed to practice. So anybody that has any kind of registration, you can go to either the state board or their professional organization, and you can put their name in to see if they actually have credentials to work. So y'all can look me up as a registered respiratory therapist. I'm there. That my registration doesn't expire for, I don't know when it expires actually. They'll send me a message, but it's every 5 years I have to renew it. And then for my I don't have a certification. I do have a certification in PCT, but I don't use it, so I don't keep that up. I just took the test to help my students pass their test. That's the only reason I took it. And I think it's anything in registration. For registration, just know names of people who are qualified to work in a career are kept on a list, on an official list. So with registration, the names of people who are qualified to work in a career are kept on an official list. So even with teachers, you can go in and put their name in and see if they, what credentials or, because we have to have teaching certificates to work, so you can go in and look. All right, then you have licensure. It's established by law and is therefore mandatory. A government agency authorizes people to work in select careers. Requirements may vary from state to state, but they usually involve passing a state board test and maintaining certain standards. Professional organizations can discipline or expel members from their own groups for breaking rules, but they cannot revoke a member's license to practice. Only the government agency can revoke a license. So with licenses, you have to have a license to practice depending on what state you're working in. I have a Alabama license that expires next week. So I've been doing my CEUs, which we talked about before, because I have to have 24 every 2 years. So 12 of those have to be like live conferences. But since COVID, we can't do them online, like live on the Zoom. Okay. And then 12 of those can be, just I do a listen to somebody talk and then take a test certificate or take a it's 10 questions. So I only got 4 more to do. I did some of those last night. So and then I have to pay money, and then I have my license for 2 more years for Alabama. I used to have a Georgia license, but I let it lapse since I wasn't working there anymore. It's something I forgot to tell you right now.
Credentials and accredit.
All right, so you didn't write anything for credential, but credentials, you have to have those to ensure that workers have the vital skills and are competent. So workers have the vital skills and are competent. Because you don't want to go just to anybody. You want to make sure they know their stuff, they know what they're doing. So you want them to have credentials. So credentials ensure that workers have the vital skills and are competent. It's throwing your way, man. It would be like that.
You want to stop at all of that?
Mm-hmm. I think y'all, they're supposed to be sending us out a list, but I think y'all take pictures Thursday. And I think, I forgot who take it. I think 9th grade go in first period Thursday. I forgot who goes third period. I think it's 10 or 10th might go. Hold on. Ninth ninth goes first and third periods. 11 goes fifth period. 10th goes seventh period. So y'all gonna go according to what it says in Power School. Just warning y'all. What color your shirt say might not be what color is in Power School. Okay? We have to print a roster and see what grade y'all in, and that's how we determine who goes when and where.
So we still gotta wear uniforms for that?
Yeah, what you trying to? You wanna wear a suit?
No.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I haven't. They didn't say anything about that part.
Types of,
All right. So to ensure that workers have the vital skills and are competent, many healthcare careers demand specific what?
I ain't say that. I'm just saying.
Which of these groups can revoke a member's license to practice? Was that on there? Oh, write that down. Government agency can revoke a member's license to practice. So a government agency is a group that can revoke a member's license to practice. Who do we play Thursday? Park.
Maybe nobody last year.
You have to say it out loud.
No, they want my nutrition go down.
What you talking about? Talking about y'all, you go here?
No. I bet. I ordered Mardi Gras.
Huh?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Y'all going this year?
Yeah.
All right.
Certification. Good job, Ty.
Certification go well. The first one.
Registration.
professional development.
Professional development means that even after becoming employed, a person needs to continue to get more education. So write that first sentence down. So even if you got a job, the learning never really stops. Workers must frequently adapt to new technologies in the healthcare field. A commitment to lifelong learning is important in order to keep skills up to date. So, every like teachers have to have professional development. Like we got one Friday. Well, y'all are asynchronous. We got some departments have like classes they have to go to. I don't think I was on the list, but I still gotta come to work. But professional development, that's what it is. In many health careers, continuing education units or CEUs are required to renew licenses or to stay certified or registered. So that's what I'm currently doing this week so that I can renew my license for Alabama by the 31st. A CEU represents a specified amount of additional education. Usually a minimum number of CEUs are required within a certain amount of time, and the amounts may vary from state to state. So it just depends on the state how many you have to have. Alabama is 24. I can't remember how many Georgia was. It was around the same, I think. For my registry for respiratory therapy, I think I have to have 30. But I mean, I got 12. I got 24 here already, like with my Alabama. My Alabama license. So you can still use. I can use those to go towards that one as well. So it's not like you got to do separate things. You can still use them for other things as well. You are legally responsible for knowing what the requirements are for your career in your state. So you need to know that. So basically, you is the worker. So the worker is responsible for knowing what the requirements are for your career in your state. So that's important because if your stuff expires, you let your license lapse. So if I let my license lapse, that means I can't come to work next week. I can't work in the hospital next week until I get it taken care of. So that's messing with your money. So you need to make sure you keep your stuff up to date. I had a therapist that let her license expire one time, and I had to tell her you can't come to work until she got it cleared up. Huh? You, which you means the worker, are legally responsible for knowing what the requirements are for your career in your state. So although we get reminders, we get emails, let us know things like deadlines are approaching, it's ultimately up to you to make sure you have those CEUs. You pay that however much it costs to renew. You have the right amount of CEUs because they can audit you. So sometimes if I go in online and I put my stuff in, I say I got 24 CEUs, they might tell me, okay, send us proof. So they can audit you at any time. That's why I like to make sure I don't like to play those type of games. I want to make sure I got everything in hand before, because I could renew right now, but I don't have 24. I got like 22. Not 22, I got 18 or 20. I got 20, I think. Yes, I got 20, so I just need 4 more. So I want to make sure I have it, so in case they ask me for it, I have them in hand. So when you're talking about you means the actual worker, that person. All right, so resources for professional development can include courses, seminars, workshops, articles. Places to look for such resources are local career or technical schools, colleges or universities, the internet, your place of employment, and professional organizations. Oh, this respiratory care week. So where my president? Huh? At the store. You need to hurry up.
You already got your president.
What president at?
Your degree?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for
You
president.
didn't get no president talking like that. Your degree, your president. Right?
No.
They gave it to you.
No. That was not free. That's not a present. I had to pay for that. I'm still paying for that. Well, not that one. I'm paying for the master's now, but yeah.
Masters?
Yes.
Yeah, you gonna start teaching your husband coming down here?
Huh? Where he at? He at home. I mean, he at work. What you mean? When he come back well?
When he retired.
Oh, when he retired? No. I'm not. I don't go till I can retire. maybe. What is it called when a person continues to get more education to keep skills up to date even after becoming employed? Who is legally responsible for knowing what the state requirements are to maintain credentials for a healthcare career? What places may provide resources for professional development?
Local section.
Yeah, first. I think so. Alabama.
All right.
Demands.
Although healthcare careers can be very rewarding, they can also both be physically and emotionally demanding. Healthcare workers are often required to lift, carry, pull, or push objects and patients. In some settings, patients require around-the-clock care, and therefore workers are required to work in shifts. Shift work can interfere with sleep patterns. Like I told y'all, I never really slept when I worked night shift. In addition, it wasn't healthy. That's why I had to make a change. In addition, workers may be required to work shifts longer than 8 hours. We work 12-hour shifts. This condition is partly a result of general shortages in staff. And they're probably, you can only work, I think you can't work over 16 hours. So some of them probably are doing 16-hour shifts now due to the, what's going on in the world. Also, patient care is not complete. A worker may need to stay until the procedure is done or there is an appropriate time for another worker to take over care. So you can't so I work 7 p to 7 a, so that's 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I couldn't just at 7 a.m. I couldn't be like, all right, y'all. I had to wait until my relief came, and I had to give them reports, and then I could leave.
That's on any
Dang,
job.
so what if they didn't come though?
That's on any job.
Some people just clock out. No, not on any job. I don't got to give a report to nobody. I can leave at 2:45 if I want to.
I know that, but I'm saying like some jobs you can't leave to.
Oh yeah, to shift come. Yeah, to the next shift coming. But then they used to like, which irked me. They used to like go get breakfast, get coffee. Like, dude, I've been here all night. Come on, do that later. Huh? Yeah, they come up. Then they come up with their little coffee. Yeah, and I'm like looking like death, and I'm ready to go. I'm like sitting there like, can you come. And my facial expressions, they started there, so I really, they will get it in the morning. All right, in addition, healthcare workers frequently deal with critical incidents. As a result, they often feel a lot of pressure while making many important decisions in a short amount of time. Healthcare workers may also face pressure when treating patients who are scared or in pain. It's common for these patients to be difficult to deal with because they are not in their usual state of mind. And not all patients recover from their illnesses, so it is normal for workers to have to deal with the grief that accompanies death. So you see a lot of things, like it can be traumatic, but it's a part of the job.
Stress.
Both physical and emotional demands can lead to stress. As a healthcare worker, you will need to figure out which strategies work best for you to cope with workplace stress. All right, so the second sentence. As a healthcare worker, you will need to figure out which strategies work best for you to cope with workplace stress. This includes being aware of what resources are available to you. You should find out what is offered by your place of work or any professional organizations to which you belong. For example, here you can get like counseling sessions going on. They get so many free in Montgomery Public Schools. That's something that's gonna help you with your stress. Sometimes people can talk to other people. Some people can. It work for them.
Yeah, you tell these folks going on too, they gonna call CPS so fast.
CPS on who? Me? I'm an adult.
Oh, your mama.
They gonna call on my mama.
Hey.
What they gonna call my mama from? Gone.
I ain't talking about you, I'm just talking about in general.
We're talking about stress as a healthcare worker, not as CPS. He's talking about they gonna call CPS. That's why, like, cause we are mandated reporters. That's why don't be telling me that crazy, cause I'm obligated to report it.
You be reporting on Facebook?
I don't even look at what you
Wait,
every now and then.
Workplace stress.
Taking adequate care of your personal needs will ultimately result in you being a better healthcare worker. So it might be listening to music, it might be going to the spa, go getting your nails done, or going to the gym. You gotta find ways to deal with it. I used to go to the gym like before I even came to work in the morning. I quit doing that though. It used to be like bright and early, but I felt great all through the day. Huh? Listen to music, or I used to go work out early in the morning, like before I came to work.
You got it. To get your day started, your engine pump, you got to listen to trap.
I do on the way to work.
Yes, you got to listen to trap. You got to listen to revenge. You make work stuff. I was listening to your class up there. I'm trying to say, he gets you so tired.
Yeah, no.
That made me go.
Go for this century, yeah.
He's the Alabama coach, the Montgomery.
Anybody still writing? Alright, knowing the best ways to cope with stress and taking care of personal needs ultimately helps a healthcare worker to do a better job.
Lesson summary.
I told her she was too. Shut up. You shut up. You too loud.
I heard somebody music playing.
You joking.
I'm looking at the video.
You're happy.
What? What was that?
Usually behind some old age,
Yo.